Cool guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. That's a really long title for a film. Okay, so I'm just going to call this film Eurovision for now because it's a very long title and I don't want to say it every single time I mention the film's name. But Eurovision is the latest film to drop on Netflix. It released on Friday this last week. I didn't review it straight away because I was still building up anticipation and rewatching season 2 of Dark before season 3, which came out on Saturday, which was amazing, as you guys probably know already if you've seen my last video. But yeah, I was a bit late to get to this film. However, I was still very curious to see how it was going to go down and what it was going to be like. I'd seen some of the promo clips and trailers beforehand, so it looked very, very interesting. This film is directed by David Dobkin, I think that's how you say his name, and it obviously stars Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams as the two leads. Will Ferrell plays a character named Lars, and Rachel McAdams plays a character named Sigrid, and they are from a little small town in Iceland, but they have this dream to go represent Iceland at the Eurovision Song Contest, which is arguably the biggest song competition in the world, and it's a real song competition as well. It's not just made up for this film. So Will Ferrell is one of the writing credits on this film as well, so it definitely does have a similar sort of feel to other Will Ferrell films that you've probably seen in the past. It does have a few similarities, at least tonally, to films like Anchorman and also Talladega Nights. I wouldn't say it's as crude as those films are, if that makes sense, with regards to its humor. I feel like this one is toned down a little bit more. I would say the humor doesn't always land for me personally, but I did actually end up having a pretty good time watching this film. This film also runs just over 2 hours, which I think is quite long for a film like this. I do definitely think there could have been parts that were cut out of this film. This film definitely tries to sort of parody the music industry at the moment, which I thought was pretty funny, and there were definitely a few laughs there. And I thought the chemistry between Rachel McAdams and Will Ferrell was actually pretty good. I thought they worked really, really well with each other. And although Will Ferrell, the one thing that bothered me so much is that Will Ferrell is obviously way older than Rachel McAdams, and they sort of hint at this romantic relationship throughout the film, and I don't know, it just was kind of weird for me. I was like, this is strange. I don't really know how old Rachel McAdams is in real life, but just the way their characters were in the film, it just, I don't know, it felt a bit weird for me personally. And then the other random thing is that Pierce Brosnan plays Will Ferrell's dad in the film, and I don't know, I just felt like that was also kind of a weird pairing. Although Pierce Brosnan smashes it as Will Ferrell's dad, I thought he was one of the he's not in the film that much, but I did really like his presence in the film. But I also just thought, I'm like, Will Ferrell's quite old already, and then, you know, Pierce Brosnan, he is old. He's older, but he's not that much older. You know what I mean? So for me that was also a little bit weird, but again, it wasn't enough to sort of like make me not like the film. I just thought it was a bit weird how, yeah, I don't know, I think they were trying to make Will Ferrell's character appear younger in the film than he actually is in real life, and I just don't think they succeeded that well at doing that. So I still kind of felt like he was a pretty old guy, if that makes sense. Dan Stevens is also in the film, and he plays one of the Russian song contestants, and I thought he was great in the movie. I thought his comedic presence in the film was really, really strong, and I really enjoyed all the scenes he was in. I think he worked really, really well with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams, and I thought there were some really great scenes with all those characters together. As I was saying earlier, this film is pretty long, clocking in just over 2 hours, and I feel like there were definitely parts of this film they could have cut out, and there are even times in the film where it does sort of feel like it's repeating itself a little bit at times. I thought we're kind of just seeing these two characters, Sigrid and Lars, sort of succeed at something, and then they sort of get like pushed 2 steps back again, and then succeed at something, then get pushed 2 steps back again. And there's a lot of that throughout the film, which is kind of classic to these Will Ferrell films as well, I would say. But I don't know, I felt like it just was a bit too much at times. I feel like they could have definitely cut out a few parts of this film to make it slightly shorter and more concise. But that being said, I still really actually enjoyed the film. I thought it was pretty funny at times. Obviously not all the humor works and lands, but I thought for the most part it was pretty good. But also this film at times did feel pretty heartwarming, which is kind of weird for these sort of films. I don't normally feel that when I am watching these sort of films, but I'm glad I felt that in this movie. I definitely did want to see these characters succeed at what they were trying to do, and when they do succeed at certain things, it made me happy, or I was like rooting for them, you know, which I think was great, and it definitely made me sort of more invested in the film and its characters. I would also say that there's some really good songs in this film, surprisingly, some really catchy songs as well. And after the film, I was sort of like humming some of these tunes in my head throughout the rest of the day. Yeah Yeah Ding Dong is one of them.
Yeah, yeah, ding dong. My love for you is growing wide and long.
Classic, trust me, it's a classic. And there's a few other really good songs as well, like so one of the songs towards the end of the film, I think it was a really good film song that should potentially be considered for awards consideration down the line. And yeah, I just really enjoyed that this film, although it's sort of a parody to the music industry, it still invested a lot of time and effort into making these songs pretty good. I think most of the songs in this film were at least produced extremely well. Some of them are definitely parodies, and you know, they throw a bit of fun at pop or whatever and stuff like that, but they're still really well made and well produced songs in my opinion. And I think the song towards the end of the film is a very, very strong song. I think it was really almost powerful in a way to the film, and yeah, it was great to see it included in a film like this. So just before I go, there are also some really dumb things that happen in this film, and I think it's also a given with these sort of comedies. But again, I sort of just brushed past the stupid stuff, and I don't know, at the end of it, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was quite a nice, heartwarming comedy to a certain extent, and I was definitely able to invest in these characters, which was great. I thought Rachel McAdams and Will Ferrell did a really, really good job. Their Icelandic accents actually weren't that bad either. I thought they were going to be way worse than they were, so it was great seeing that. They put a lot of effort into that as well. And yeah, I don't know, I really enjoyed this film. I think it's definitely worth watching on Netflix. I wouldn't go out and get Netflix just to watch this film, but I think it's a nice film to just sort of watch, and I think it's really enjoyable for me personally. I'd probably give it around a 60% if I had to rate it out of 100. And yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll go a little bit down after rewatching again, or a little bit up. I think my biggest complaint was just its running time. I feel like it could have definitely been shorter, and then there are just a few like really stupid scenes that I wouldn't have included in the final cut. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have seen Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this film, and if you enjoyed it or if you did not enjoy it. Let me know your honest opinions. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you do enjoy this sort of stuff, please consider subscribing. I definitely would appreciate that, but no pressure. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.